high-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Master the Markets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hi traders, welcome to our live trading workshop live stream today. So today what we're going to be looking at, those of you joining in new for the first time, our format is going to be such, okay? So first we will look at some live trading potential trades. I've seen something on the DAX, so we will start to take a look at that. And then the other thing also that we'll be taking a look at is going to be on the topic for today. And the topic for today is going to be on how do you basically use volume, right, to confirm breakouts and avoid fake moves, okay? So we'll go through that a bit more closely in detail. And then finally, we'll then update you some upcoming events coming up and some Q&A as well, okay? So on the live trading positions, I've got something on the DAX as well. So we will start to take a look at and gold as well, okay? So this and more in this live trading session. Hi traders, those of you joining in new for the first time, this is Tunapan here, founder of Master the Markets, Illustrates Conference and the Traders Open Day. So let's dive straight in. I just got back from the IG Index studio. I got invited to come and do an analysis over there. We took a look at gold, silver, and the E-mini. We'll be sharing that video very shortly in the coming weeks, so you can then take a look at that as well. It's really good. Went into central London today, looking at that. Now, in terms of DAX, I was taking a look at here. I know we've been in a little bit of a small break for now. I've been traveling a bit as well, but now we are back into the swing of things. We got another one more week to go before we switch off for the year. Can you believe it? The year has gone by already, traders, isn't it? It's time is flying by. So on the DAX over here, so what I've done is I've put all the trends and the phases in. Those of you joining in new, I mean, not really sure these terminologies, don't worry, we'll give you some reference links later. But for now, just follow through. So on the daily, we got downtrend phase 2. We all coded all of this. This is the market structure that we got here at Master the Markets. We've got an uptrend phase 1 here. And then on the 1 hour, we also have an uptrend phase 1, I believe. And then on the 15-minute is what we got here is the downtrend phase 1. So let me just quickly do that. Let me put the latest one of the trade guide of volume as well. Just give me just 1 second. Let me just do this, traders. Okay, so there we go. We got that here. Right, so we got that. Let's see, let's put that in. Okay, and yeah, I was taking a look at the DAX, but it seems to have gone a little bit without us, but the volume is a bit low, so I'll wait and see how that plans out to be. But I want to just check the 1 hour here. Let me just check the 1 hour. Has it turned the trend? I don't think it has yet. Uptrend phase 2 at the moment on the DAX, okay? So I will put that here. If it does set up for us, we will take the trade. If it doesn't, we got to sit on our hands. In the terms of the stretch basis, it's taken out the upper stretch over here, right? But now it's going towards the lower stretch. It's also taken out the range as well, isn't it? So at the moment, let me just quickly check this, traders. 8 o'clock, 9. Yeah, latest is the lower range, isn't it? That's what it's showing. The Bro to ST, let me take a look at that. Now, in terms of the ATR, isn't it? Let me take a look at the ATR. ATR is 322 here. Now, 0.8 times 322, so I've got the calculator here, 257.60 is what we got. And at the moment, if it were to fall to the downside, let me check. So it's 102. So it will be, let me just check, 102. So it will be 220, isn't it? To the downside is what it will do. So that, no, it's 157, isn't it? So let me just check. So it's 101. So to form it to the downside, we got about 150 to get to the downside, okay? So that's what we are taking a look at. It's about 1.5, isn't it? I think we had some stats on this as well that we just published. I'll share with you guys on another session if it's when it's ready. So let me just go on to here on the 15-minute. What I want is a little bit of retracement, so wait on this. The only thing that's concerning for me here is just that the volume is not supporting that move, is it not, traders, right? So I am seeing that there was a bit of a volume spike over here, right, around here, which supports the professional selling over here, which is going to carry on after it tested that area, and now it's to the downside, isn't it? Now, in terms of the trend and all that, let me see. Uptrend phase 2, yeah, direction, latest, Bro to ST. Can we say maybe it's kind of equal at the moment, isn't it? 103 and 103, isn't it? So I would just say NA for now here. I'll show you the table in a minute. Previous daily high and low. This would be a good one. Previous daily high has been taken out. It's not the best, this thing. It's just giving mixed signals. So you see, this is what we got here. So if you can see my screen over here, what you'll be able to see is that in terms of the DAX, if you take a look at here, we got a downtrend phase 2, right? So it's a downtrend. Two time frames are correlating only in terms of trend, but in terms of trend and direction, I would say it's about 3 time frames, isn't it? Because uptrend phase 2, that's your phase 2, is a counter trend move. At least the direction is towards the downside, right? So we got at least about 3 out of 4 in there in terms of trend correlations. In the stretch basis, in the bar mechanics parameters, we only got the stretch still pointing to the upside, so that's a bit conflicting. But right now, it's taken out, if I'm not wrong, traders, it's taken out the lower side as well, isn't it? As I can see over here, right? So I will update that at the moment, so we can see both, but latest is to the downside, okay? Is what we got. Then range lines, yes, latest is low, and this is previous daily high. So it's not the best, but if I were to take a bias, I've got 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 8 pointing to the downside. So I will do a short on this trade, but if I want to take a look at a short, I'll be looking at a little bit of retracement. Now the volume is coming back up a bit, so that's a bit comforting. But I need a bit of retracement. I just can't enter it just like that at the moment. So we'll wait and see if we do get a retracement, and then we can take a small trade on that. What I'm going to do also is I am going to measure the target as well. So it's 257, isn't it? So 257, let me see. So the high of today is 23,843. So 23,843, let me just put that in. 23,843 minus 257, right? It's the 80% range we're going for. So 23,586, yeah? So 23,586 is what we are looking at. Good. So we got the target around there. In terms of entry, we can't do anything much yet. In terms of stop loss, according to this, that's where it can go. Unless I get a retracement, then we can get a tighter stop, okay? So we'll wait and see how this carries on to be. I don't need this one here. So I will keep this on the lookout. So I just need a bit of a retracement pullback, okay, and a good price action setup. So I got my direction bias, as I've said before, but then we need the timing as well. So that's when we know when to get in, okay. A lot of people, you know, they get the direction bias and they just jump in, okay. So you need a bit of timing. Right, so now that said, I'll go on to take a look at one more on gold, right? So here I've got, let me just put gold on here. Okay, right. So I've got that one there, just loading up, and I'll take a look at dollar yen as well very quickly. I'll just load that up in the time being. Okay, good. So we got gold over here at the moment. This is good. This is something that I do like. I mean, I can see on a glance, it is one of the setups I would like. Let me see this one here. Let me load that up. That's by Trade Guider team over there. All the volume stuff that you're seeing over here. I've got this as well. Let me just put the VSA light. We got it there as well. Okay, so all right. Okay, good. So do I? Maybe I can hide this one. Yeah, this one is not coming up, is it? I'll put this one. Okay, good. So we got that. So let's do the analysis now on gold. So we're seeing that on gold, right? So it's right now is an uptrend phase one, as you can see with the trend box, right? I'll give you all the reference links very shortly after doing the gold analysis. I know some of you are asking me on that. In terms of the 4 hour, we are having a compression here, isn't it? Which has just taken out that high. So that's turned into a uptrend phase one as well. On the 1 hour, again, that's an uptrend phase one. Okay, and then on the 15 minute, let's take a look at this. This is exactly what I like. I mean, usually I like this kind of setups. When it comes back after a breakout, and then there's a seller bar that fakes people in, but then we go on the long using a pending order. Okay, so those are the kind of setups I really like, and the volume is kind of looking to support that level as well. And here on the 15 minute, let me just take a look at that. That would be also an uptrend phase one, as we can see, okay? So this is looking more like our setup. All the time frames are towards the upside. Stretch is also to the upside. Range lines wise, yes, it's taken out the upper range line also. Bro to ST, let me just quickly just take a look at that. Looking more to the upside as well. Taken out the high of yesterday as well. So we got a nice clear direction bias here, 4236, 4240. Yeah, it's taken all to the upside. So let me show you this, right? So when it's an obvious trade, it really stands out for you. See, look at this, right? So on the DAX, it wasn't really correlating, was it, traders, right? But on the gold, look at that. All the 4 time frames is the uptrend, and the bar mechanics all to the upside as well. All 8 out of 8 pointing to the upside. Bingo. So that's your direction bias over there. Okay. So now that the direction bias is clear, now we will look at where to enter this. Okay. And I'll put this on the Telegram channel as well. Those of you want to join the Telegram channel, there'll be a link over there if you want to get the orders for this. So what we'll do, we will do a signal here, and I'll do this. So here on the high of that bar, right? So the high of that bar will be 4230. Okay, so let me do 4240 for how much are we getting? 4230.1, isn't it? 4230. Let me quickly just check the spread over here, traders. So 42 is about 40 cents of spread. So we will do 4241.50. Okay, so 40 cents would be 4241.20, isn't it? So we'll do, let me do that, 4241.4. Okay, let me do that. 4241 point, yeah, 0.3 would be good. So I put my pending order for that, right? So on this high of the bar, okay, over here, and then we'll monitor it and see. Let the market come to us and fill us in. So 4241.3, including spreads, but please do look at it according to your spreads as well, on where you should be placing it. Now, in terms of the stop, we'll place it a bit here. Actually, after it takes out that high, we don't need to put that far off. So I can do it over here. Right. So that would be, that's good. That's on your Telegram channel there. Right. Let me just quickly just check that. That's right. And then the limit, the target price, right? So where will the target price be? Now, if I were to go back to the 1 hour, in terms of the low, 4194.33, isn't it? And then if I go back to here, so I'll put this on standby. So 4194 plus, so let me just check this. So this is going to be $70 as of yesterday. So if I bring this up, so 70, so that's about 56. Or give me 49, isn't it? So if I did 49, where does it go to? So it's 4243 in terms of here. So let me do that. Okay. I know some of you are pressing me for the links to find out more about all of this. I'll send you all that in a minute. 4243 is where this is going to be. So that is very little. Now, if I did the 80%, that would be 56, isn't it? So plus $7, right? So that'd be 4250. So that we will go for that one there on the 4250 side. Okay. So I've got everything now. I'll push this out on Telegram channel. Okay, so there we go, right? So we got everything here. So 4241 is where we're getting in. The low is 4218.37 is what we are doing. And then we got our target, okay? So I'll put this away and we'll see how this turns out to be. And I'll monitor this on the 15-minute time frame. We might get a tighter stop as well, but we'll wait and see how that plans out to be. So okay, so I pushed that out over there. This was a bit more obvious in terms of gold, and everything is alignment to the uptrend as well. Okay, so we'll monitor and see how that goes on. I'll keep this over here. DAX, let me just quickly just take a look. It is retracing at the moment, so wait and see how that plans out to be as well. Now, for those of you who've been asking about where can I find out more about all of this and the logic behind this and everything and what we've created here, I would say the first place to look at would be 7 steps to CTP. Okay, later on, I'll go through a little bit more in detail what we've really created and how it all makes sense. Okay, and how you can use this with any methodology that you have. Okay, so I would say that first go to 7 steps to CTP.com. And then once you put in all your details and everything, right, and you click on the green button over here, then after that, then what can, you will get the 7 videos being sent to your inbox. And over there, then you can then look at each video at your own time and your own leisure, okay? So it tells you, why did we create the structure that we have today? What was the problem? And then the solution, and then the 3 stats that you get from our structure, what we have designed over here. Okay, so you'll see all of that and how to put it into a strategy. So that's that one, 7 steps to CTP.com over here. So you can go there and then look through the videos. Now, those of you who've seen through all of this and want to get the indicator, some of you might have the volume spread analysis indicators by Trade Guider already. So those of you want to add this on and use the OE and the volume together, you can take a look at this page over here as well, the OE. There's a small discount as well with the prices that we have, and you can get that before the end of this year, okay, before the discount runs out. So, right, so we got that in terms of SMI Elite OE, so you can look through that at your own leisure over here on brief description about it. There's a video as well on what you get and everything, okay, so you can take a look at that. Now, in terms of a YouTube channel, now a couple of things, right? So those of you who have subscribed to it already, okay, so our YouTube channel is youtube.com/master the markets. Now, after you click the subscribe button, okay, to get the notifications or to watch our videos later, you got to click on the all bell icon, okay. Now, after you click on the all bell icon over here, then you will get notifications to watch the videos at your own leisure whenever we go live as well. Now, those of you who've been asking about the stretch principle and all that, which we were looking at just now, and the ranges and everything, what I would say is, you know, under the home section, under the must watch, look at this thing called the stretch principle, okay? And you can watch that at your own leisure. It's really very powerful. It was popularized by this hedge fund trader called Toby Crable back in the 1980s and 90s, okay? So highly recommend this one over here on the stretch principle. Now, in terms of the live streams, right? If you want to go and revisit some of the live streams, then what you can do is you can go under the live section over here, and you can see right now we are live on this, on volume. The topic is on volume, isn't it? How to use volume to confirm breakouts or white fake moves. If you want to go and revisit this, you can then go and watch it later on our YouTube channel as well, okay? And all the rest as well, you know, you can see all the previous ones that we've taken in real time. We're never shy of, you know, taking profits or losses. We do it all in real time on the right side of the chart, okay? So you can watch that all at your own free time. That's on the YouTube channel over here. Now, in terms of upcoming events, I'll talk a little bit about this later. This happens once a year, ETM Summit. And this is going to be in 2026. We had a beautiful one this year, and we had a beautiful live trading session. We had a lot of knowledge, research update sharing, and then we had a nice dinner in Heron Tower, one of the tallest buildings in London. We had all of that. Next year, we're going to repeat this again. It's going to happen once a year, every year. So, and there's a great discount that's going on at the moment. It's about 50% discount. So if you want to take that offer and use that savings towards your flight tickets and towards coming to the event, that would be great. It'd be great to see you guys. You know, Stuart over here, I always mention him, is he's incredibly inspiring, right? He's from USA. He took the flight, landed at 7:30 a.m. in London, and then just 2 hours later, he's in the seminar room, right? Incredibly passionate community that we are really building over here at Master of the Markets. So if you guys want to come and see us next year, that would be awesome as well. It'd be good to see some of you in person. Quick shout out to Trade Nation as well, who is supporting us in terms of the summit as well. This year, they gave their offices for us, and also, you know, in support of our Telegram channel as well. Okay, quick shout out over there. Okay, good. I think with that said, I think I've taken a look at DAX and gold. Gold is still hovering around here, so wait and see how that plays out to be. Dollar yen, very quickly, I think it has done to the downside at the moment. Okay, it's kind of correlating to the downside. Range wise, it might do to the downside. Again, the same thing, but I think I'll stick to the gold position for now, and we'll see how that turns out. But the same thing happening over here, right? So if you believe that the VSA light is also turning to the downside over here, and all the trends are pointing to the downside. So if it does do it, this buyer bar, if it's a fake, right, it will take out the low and then it will carry on further down to make its range, okay? So that is something you can explore. Do remember that everything we teach over here is based on principles. So you can apply this on any instrument, okay? That's the whole way that it should be learned, so that you don't become dependent on anyone and not really understand what you're doing, okay? So that's not the real good way of doing it. So let me just quickly put the latest volume over here. Let me just stretch that up a little bit. There we go. So I can see a volume spike over there. So as I said, if it does take out that low, then you do know that that volume spike was towards the selling, okay? Right, so with all that said, I'll keep an eye on the gold. And with that said, let's go on and take a look at today's topic, right? So this is what I wanted actually, the retracement here, so that we don't rush into the selling, okay? Now, if that selling, if that buying is not real, then we can put a pending order for that. So I'll see how that forms. 3 minutes, isn't it? That's on the 15-minute as well. Before I go on to the topic, right, let's quickly let me see this. Yeah, I think this one looks good, traders. I'll just put a rough guide over here, where the trigger lines are there for trade guider as well. Okay, this will be much better. So wait and see how that plans out to be. Okay, good. So now coming into, so this is a perfect example, right? For today's topic in real time we can talk about. So how to use volume, isn't it? How to use volume to confirm breakouts and avoid fake moves, okay? So let me take you step by step, okay? Now, here what we're doing is, if you take a look even along with the trigger lines with the trade guider software here as well, which you can see over here towards the upside and downside, our entry is coming around there as well, 23,640. But then the question is, what we're saying is that, let's put a pending order there. That means to say, if the next bar, right, comes down and then does a breakout, you see, right? But how can we ensure that it's a true breakout that will go towards my target and not a false breakout and a fake move that then reverts to the upside? So after breaking out, then it reverts to the upside and then goes back up and then stops us out. So how do we eliminate that? The way to do that is in combination of price and volume. So let's break it down. So the first way, what we do is, even the VSA principles, you study the background, right? by using price. So what we have done here, Master the Markets, is that if you take a look, right, you can see there is an orange arrow and a blue arrow over here, right? So you see orange arrow and blue arrow. The orange arrow is for the top. And when does the top get confirmed? When you see a orange dot, okay? This is what we call the confirmation bar. And the confirmation bar that confirms the top over here, okay? And the blue dot is the confirmation bar that confirms the bottom, right? Now, once you have quantified what a top and a bottom is, we are removing the subjectivity out of the whole matter. This is what we were discussing today at the IGTV as well when Angeline was interviewing me. And she was saying, you know what, Tiru, I really like that, you are getting rid of the discretion, and you're giving some kind of a quantitative measure, right, which we all want. Because if you take a look at it, right, because we got the tops and bottoms quantified, now to create this into a line diagram, I just connect the arrows and then it gets a bit more clearer what trend and what phase, which we have all coded in over here as well, right? So that's what it makes it clear. And then I can also put that across all other time frames. This is the beauty of it, right? Once you got a quantified market structure. But do remember, everybody sometimes makes the mistake, is that these things that we have created here at Master the Markets and Trade Guider, the price and volume structure, what we got, these are not buy and sell indicators, okay, traders, right? So don't think that they're buy and sell indicators. They just give you a structure from which you can then base a good informed decision based on your strategy construction rules, okay? That's all it does for you. Now, so the first point is that over here is that on the price structure over here, because we've quantified what the top and the bottom is, you can then get your market structure. I can quickly see that on any time frame. Now, if I were to hide this, you see, then it becomes subjective, right? Some people say this is a sideways market. Some people say, you know what, that's a top. Some people say that's not a top, that's a bottom. Some people say that's not a bottom. Some people say that's a top. But even if you say it's a top, you can only see it also in hindsight when it's traveled so far, isn't it, not traders, right? So how do you do all that in real time? So that's why the first thing you need to do is quantify what a top and a bottom is. And also that will also solve the question for you, which I was talking about in the IG studio today, earlier morning, is also that will also tell you when the start and the end of a swing is as well, okay? So it will solve a lot of puzzles. The guys who designed this were very, very smart. And this work was started back in the 1970s by my mentor's mentor. And in fact, he references Richard Wyckoff quite a lot as well, right? Based on all of this. And that's how we quantified the entire market structure here, what we got here. Now, once you got all of this, right, on terms of the price, then I got my market structure, I correlated across different time frames, and I use other methodologies on top of it. So over here, what you can see over here is that I've used the other parameters of the stretch principle, okay? I can use any methodology along with this, so it's a flexible framework. It's not very rigid, okay? So coming to the question of how do I take real good breakouts and not false breakouts, right? So one is I tie with the price, and the price you want the market structure to be in place. Now, after you got the market structure in place, then you wait for a price action, okay? A price action, which is what I said is that you look for the retracement bars, okay? Don't jump into the sell as it's happening, right? And the other thing that you can also then do is that after you got your market structure and then you got a price action. Now, this is all towards now timing, is it not, traders, right? All towards reducing the probability of a false breakout. And the other thing that I add on to this is the stretch principle, right? Now, the stretch principle is based on bar mechanics towards a strategy objective, okay? So that is the sequence in which we take it. Remember that you can formulate any strategy that you want. That is why I always say a strategy has got 5 components. And the first component is very important. It's your concept and objective. It's like saying, like, when I want to become like a businessman just to sell racing cars, the way I would design the tools that I would choose for a racing car would be different from as opposed to building a family car, is it not, traders, right? Because in a racing car, I need the fastest engine, but in a family car, if you got a medium engine, that's totally fine. The wheels will be different. I need 2 doors only on a racing car, but I need 4 doors on a family car. So you see, once you got your objective is to build a racing car, the tools that you choose will be different as opposed to a family car. The same thing over here. So if my objective of my strategy is different, so the objective of this strategy that we're doing here is towards a range capture. If your objective now changes towards a high reliability kind of a target, like scalping, then the tools that you use, the entry that you use, all will be different. And your exit points will be different as well, right? Your duration you stay in the trade will be different as well. So that's what you got to get clear. A lot of people don't really know how to do strategy construction. Okay, this is where they really fail, and they keep running after strategies, and they lose about 10, 15 years. We got a lot of clients like that will come to us for help, and you can see the absolute transformation what happens because of the way that we teach in a sequential way. So with all that said, eventually, then after you got your price in terms of your market structure, price action, in this strategy that we're using the stretch principle, then what we then do to also minimize the false breakout probability, we add the volume on top, traders, right? So here in real time, you can see there's a big volume spike here. Just because of that, I don't jump into selling this. As I said, wait for a retracement. Now you see what I can do because it's still going further up, right? Now what I can do is I can put my entry to the low of that buying. So as to say that if that bar then reverses to come further down, all that is saying is that this buying is all fake. It's not real. The selling is the true, real professional selling that occurred over there. So that's why we put all these pending orders and wait for these price action setups. Okay, so that's the whole premise of this entire thing. What we are doing over here, so as to minimize the probability of a false breakout. Okay, so that's what we're doing over here. So those of you want to keep an eye on the DAX, you can do that as well. But as I said, we had mixed signals on it. So if it does come back, I will take a look at it. But my first level of entry will be for the low of this red bar over here for it to take that out. If it doesn't do that, I'll wait for it to confirm the bottom and then come back to a top again. Okay, and then we'll see. So now you can see that how do we avoid these false breakouts and fake moves and take a true breakout that is occurring. So you see, that's what we're doing. So we use the price structure. So we use the market structure, what I've just shown you. We use price action. And then on top, then we pile in other methodologies, like for example in here, the stretch principle, but in alignment with my stretch objective. Then I also then put the volume on top as well, as I've shown you how I do it over here. So this is how we actually minimize the probability of fake moves, which you can already see over here, which I have minimized at the moment. Okay, so we're not in that trade yet. So that's that one over there. Now, another thing that we also then take a look at also, traders, let me do this. I'll show you the stats as well, and then I'll tie it in with 7 steps to CTP as well. So if you take a look over here, right, another thing that happens with market structure, once I've quantified the top and bottom, right, I can also find out where to place my target on a probability basis. And this is what we were talking about today morning, right? Me and Angeline, is that everybody tells you, trading is based on probabilities, but nobody tells you what the probabilities are. Nobody shows you any probability stats, right? So now look at this. Once you've got market structure, you can actually derive 3 critical stats. And we've done lots of videos on this, and you can definitely find that on 7 steps to CTP. So over here, you can see that once that populates, let me just quickly take a look at the goal like before it does it. Now we've got a entry here on gold. This is exactly what I was describing to you guys. This volume, if it's not real, if it's towards the buying side, then it will take out that high, which is what is done. But we just got to be aware as well, because it can be a just tipping point over here to confirm the selling. So we have to wait and see how that price action behaves, okay, and trail accordingly. according to our trade management. Okay, so I'll wait and see on that one there. I'll manage it accordingly, but we've been triggered into that trade. Those of you on Telegram, you would have got that. Now, coming back into here, now it's populated my stats. Okay, so you can see over here on the 15-minute time frame, if I was to do a 50-point target from the close of this bar, you can see there's only a 37% chance, right? That's good if you have correlated a lot of factors, confluence of factors for it to run much more longer. Do remember that all these numbers here relate to that swing alone, okay? So this top to bottom swing, okay? So we can then combine that along with everything else. Now, if I want a higher probability, then I can reduce it. I can start with 5, right? And then it will tell you that as well. I can use ATR as well. Let's see. As this one is doing that, let me see if I can trail that a bit more smaller. That's on a 15-minute time frame. And on the 1 hour, yeah, we got that one there, isn't it? I think I'll leave that on the 1 hour time frame over here. Now wait and see how that carries on to be. So here, let me see. Is it populating that? Let me see. That's on 5. Should we do ATR? Maybe it's a bit more easier on it. Right, let me do it one more time. It's not populating it, is it? Right, so let me do this. And then you guys can see it. I think probably ATR will be a bit more easier on the machine. So we'll wait and see how that comes out to be. 4233. Just keeping an eye on gold as well. Let me see. Let me see. 42. Okay, good. So we got that one there. There's no problems. Right. So we'll wait and see how that comes out to be. So now I've got my OE as well. Right. So maybe it'd be easier. Let's see if it does populate. If it doesn't, then we can do ATR instead. So let me do ATR. Some of you may be familiar with ATR. If you're not, I think I do explain it in sensitive CTP as well. You can take a look at that. So let's put this across. I think this should be fine. Right. So let's wait for it to populate the stats for that, and then you can see, and then also what the other stats we have done as well. Then you can take a look at all of them. Right. This one here, a little bit of a. It's not doing it for some reason. Okay, never mind. Let me do it on the other one here, and you can take a look over here. Okay, so here, if I do it on here, let's see. If I do it on the 15-minute, because I think it's quite a lot of crunching of data. I think it's looking to handle. Yeah, that would be much better. So this should do it. See if we get the data for that one. 15 more minutes for that. It's not doing it on a 15-minute. Okay, never mind. So what we will do then, we will do this on the 1 hour. Okay. Let's see if it does do that. And I will, yeah, it does do that in 1 hour. For some reason, it doesn't do it in a 15-minute. But you can see that over here, you see 0.25 ATR, it gets that 85% of the time, right? So it tells you all of that. Is it not, traders, right? So 1 ATR 55% of the time. And then now, if you want to really let it run, Then you can look at the 380R, which gets there about 26-25% of the time, okay? So this can help you towards setting your targets. That's how the stats works. And then over here, we also designed the MAE as well for stop loss purposes, and also time 2 for trading stop loss purposes. I don't want to go through it too much because all that is explained really inside the CTP, okay? 7 steps to CTP video course, okay, over there. So now let me see over here. Let me just reload this. Let me just do this very quickly. So maybe we don't need to show the stats chart. At least I can get the indicator back on. Now, as it's loading up, so the summary is, what I do want to tell you guys over here is that, so over here, so to avoid the false breakouts, what we do is that we use a combination of price, we use a combination of volume, and in the price, we look at market structure, price action, and the stretch principle methodology, okay? Now, after we do that, then we minimize it by using volume as well. And then after that, in terms of exits, because that's where the realized profit or loss happens, then we put then the target by using the OE data as well. And the MAE data can be used towards your stop losses as well, okay? That's what we can do. Now, I might need to quickly trail this gold as well. So let me just quickly check that on gold over here. So it did do that on the, so 4218, let me see. So this might be, once you know that it's going to be a false breakout, you can trail your stop accordingly. I think we have to stick with this. I think we have no choice. 4218, isn't it? Is what we got. 4218. So let me just take a look at that. 4218.36. Okay, yeah, I think that should be fine, traders. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is on gold. That's totally fine. We've done our best. We've trailed it accordingly. Now, in terms of the revisiting of everything that I said in much more detail, right? So if you go on the 7 steps to CTP over here, so this will tell you the entire framework, okay? And if once you put your details in and everything, then you will see what I was talking about in terms of market structure. Why do we even create the market structure? Okay, and that starts from a problem. After the problem, then we do this, we quantify the tops and bottoms, we get the 3 stats, we go through that in much more detail, so watch through the video course, and then how to apply this in a strategy, okay? So we go through all of that in 7 steps to CTP. Then after that, if those of you who watched it, revisited it, now is the time to get it, because going into the new year is a new fresh start. Smart Money Indicator OE, SMI OE, you can look through that and you can get that indicator onto your screens. There's a small discount as well on this, and you can get that, okay, for limited time. Now, in terms of the YouTube channel, youtube.com/master the markets is our channel, okay? So you can look at that at your own free time. As I said, click on subscribe, and then after that click on the all bell icon as well, okay? So that's what you can be looking at to get all the notifications when you go live. One of the things that you can take a look at, as I said, is the stretch principle videos. They are quite cross transferable, so onto any strategy or methodology that you have, so you can take a look at that. And also another thing is that I know some of you have said that, you know, Thiru, we got to jump here and there to take a look at this videos here and there. What you can do also, traders, is what we're doing is that we're creating a free resources page. And under the free resources page, you'll have everything all in one place. So that will be more or less ready very soon. And then we'll inform you, those of you in our email list, okay? And then the other thing is the upcoming events, right? Illustrious Mastermind Annual Summit. This is going to happen in 2026. This one is going to be over 2 days. Again, we'll repeat the thing. There'll be a live trading session and there'll be research updates that we'll share. Great community to come and network and hang around with. And then after that, over the 2 days, we'll provide lunch. And this time it was in 2025. This year, it was actually sponsored by Trade Nation. and then dinner we will sponsor as well. Okay, dinner will cover as well. All that is included in your ticket price. There's a nice discount as well for you all to take advantage of before the end of this year. Okay, so read through that, and then you can then meet us there. I guess that's pretty much what I've got over here, traders. In terms of our positions and our topic for today, I will monitor the gold position and we'll see how that carries on to be. But I would say the first starting point would be on the 7 steps to ctp.com. That's where you should be starting off your learning from, and then you get the absolute clarity on how market structure can help any strategy out there. The main questions that I really had was in terms of the stats, how what do you mean by the stats? What do you mean by ATR and the OE and the MAE? I would say I will relate you back to this. Okay, those of you who already got it, go back and watch the videos. This will explain it much more better because now we only got a short space of time. I would then say that look through this videos first. This will explain to you much more better. All right, traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me in terms of all of these topics for today. So we covered some positions that we took a look at in terms of live positions. Another thing that we also took a look at is a topic on the volume and the false breakouts, and then also then how to apply all of this using volume and also some reference links that you guys got. I think that's pretty much that from me, traders, in this session over here with you today. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.